So, good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela, I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and let's keep everything crossed that I push the right buttons again today. Oh dear, the setup on this is not at all the same as what it was last week before we wiped the computer and reloaded. Oh, it's doing my knocking in, gang. It's doing my knocking in. Right, okay. So before we start properly today, while everybody is hopefully popping in and we get a couple of viewers in at the moment, my thing says no viewers again. But hey ho, we'll have to see how we go. Right, first up is, of course, a little reminder. There is a link at the top of the chat bar, which will also be in the description box if you're watching this on replay later. And it is for the Ravelry shop, where you can get your hands on all of the patterns that you can see in the background and some extra ones, and that haven't made it over as put my teeth back in, over to the channel as tutorials, because of course some of them are just too big. Right, and the next one is, when you come in, if you could do me a big fat favour, gang, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and the select all if you fancy seeing all of the content that I put out. Now, if you've typed a comment into the comment section and it has not popped up, that's because evil sadistic bots have been at your account again, and because you haven't commented on any of my normal videos, it's knocked you off. Okay, so double check your subscription as well to make sure that you actually are still subscribed. Remember, the subscription side of it is free. I really need to put my teeth back in. Right, and then of course this month's winner only pattern is a Bad Brother, and Bad Brother has 59 rows in it, and it would work beautifully side by side with Iceberg. I'm sorry about that, brain went to sleep. I thought I'd look at the list, and the list had come off my computer screen and gone underneath. Welcome in, Dodo. Our Dodo's here. So what are you up to today, darling? Because I've decided, because I'd finished that Timothy pattern, I've now started working on one of our Courtney at Fiberfox Studios patterns that I won last month, and of course I'm using that one that I showed you yesterday, and I'm using that yarn that I showed you yesterday, and I've made it to row number 10 without pulling hair out, undoing it and swearing profusely, or just throwing it to one side and calling it a headband. Although it is now up to row number 9. I've completed row 9, and it would make a really cool headband. There you go. For what it's worth, though. I just thought that might make you giggle. Yeah, that is the pattern so far. Actually, it's upside down, I think. Yeah, it's upside down. So there you go, that's the pattern so far. I'm actually doing a number 40, so these are the easy rows. It's when we get further up the pattern that it's going to be a bit too, it might get a bit more complicated. But my brain is working today. I've realised double crochet at the front, single crochet at the back. Boink, done. As soon as my brain kicked that in, I was just like speeding through the rows. I managed to do 4 in about 20 minutes. And that was, of course, watching the tutorial. That's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing the first set of stitches, first set of the pattern, watching the video, and then future rows after the fact is when I will attempt to use the written pattern. So let's see what has Dodo said she's been up to. She says nothing much. She's looking after Pixie and cooking her dinner, because for those of you that were here yesterday or have watched the live yesterday, Pixie, her little gorgeous puppy, it's not puppy, she's old girl, but she's a puppy, she's so dinky. She's got a little cute little dog, and she went in for an operation today. She's out of surgery now. I can tell people. And she's doing all right, isn't she, girl? Because you sent me a message earlier saying that she was doing really well, which is absolutely brilliant. So super chuffed there for you. Where is everybody? I haven't got a Scooby Dodo. I must admit I was stupid. I didn't put the reminder up about this live until about an hour or so ago, so YouTube probably hasn't fired off the reminding people yet, and I didn't go in and do it either. Oh, it's saying 6 people are watching. Aha, our little Tinker's in. She's saying, hi all, finally got here on time. Yay. Welcome in, darling. If you came in at 9 o'clock UK time last night and was wondering why we'd gone, or after 9 o'clock, it's because I had another brain fart moment and I set my clock 2 hours later than it should have been for your reminders. Instead of doing it for 7 o'clock UK time, I'd set it for 9 o'clock UK time. So here's a little heads up, gang. My brain starts shutting down at about 8:30 at the latest in the evenings, so I won't be on at 9. If you see me put it on for 9 o'clock, you might just realise I just done another boo-boo and pop in and see me at 7. If that happens again, fingers crossed it won't do, but hey, we all know me and we all know what I'm like, so it probably will happen again, probably in about 6 months. Let's have a look. Dodo. Dodo's on it again. She says, class, get a pudding attached to it. The brain cell. It's going to need more than that, mate. Hanging by a thread. It is. That brain cell's hanging by a thread. Good morning from northeastern New York, USA. Welcome in, Gloria. Nice to see you, darling. Right, so the girls that have just come in, what are you up to? That's fine, Katrina, darling. Don't worry. If you missed it, you missed it. If you didn't, if you fancy playing catch up, of course the video's there for you to view. Right, so today I am going to be doing the same as I did yesterday and last week during the lunchtime, which was reading some old traditional sayings and phrases that are starting to not be used as widely as they once was. I'm sort of trying to remind some of us of what some of these phrases are, and hopefully it will jog some happy memories with your grandparents, great-grandparents, or even just your parents or your siblings. We've had a couple of right corkers, I'll say it like that. So we've had some really good ones come in. So please don't take offence to any of them. These are old English sayings, and I will explain to you. Because I've got the write up here, I can tell you what they were, where they come, and how they generated, and things like that. So just ignore it if it upsets you, because it's a bit too much of a tongue in cheek. Then that may be because it's been reused later on, sort of in the last 10-15 years. It might have changed around a little bit, but they're not naughty. So Katrina's making a baby blanket. Dodo, what are you making, darling? Or are you trying to find that pudding hat? And Gloria, are you making anything at the moment, or are you just munching through your brekkie? Right, so of course, because this is the second live of the month, I'm offering up the free, the winners only patterns. Now, I shouldn't say put the S on the end. It's a winners only pattern. It is a corner to corner graph pattern where you get the graph and then you get the write up, so the row by row box count. Okay, and this month's one is called Bad Brother. It is out of the Marvellous range. Now, I have to call it like that, Gloria and Katrina, because Marvellous sounds very much like a film company that we all know and love. And because I drew up these patterns before I found out that Marvellous and Dismay don't like us creating things in their image, so to speak. So rather than binning them, what I've done is written them up anyway, and I can offer them out to you as prizes, and I won't get told off for it. You can make them up and hand them out to your friends and family. I would advise you don't sell them. Just in case, because of where you might be sharing your I've got this for sale advert. But other than that, you can make them up, you can give them out to friends and family, and then you can send me a photograph as well, and I can show it off on the channel. So it's a win-win situation. You're getting something for free, I'm getting something I'm being able to reuse as something that I thought I might have had to have deleted, because of course the patterns do take a while to think up, make up, and all the rest of it. Okay, so just missed last night, baby blanket. Dodo is getting the colours together to start one of my patterns. Are we talking one of the corner to corner winner onlys, or are we talking one of the other ones that's either on the channel or on the Ravelry shop, Dodo? Oh, I'm all interested now. You got me. Gloria's knitting a cardigan. Oof. It's a nice project. I've got one on the go at the moment, but I'm not working from a pattern. I'm working out of my brain, so it's sitting in its case off to one side because the brain's not working, so that's not getting made. Dodo, don't panic, girl. I guessed that you meant start, not star. Hey, Jen, welcome in, darling. She's saying morning all. She's going to lurk for a bit before her shower and start the day. Welcome in, babes. I'm trying to think what we got. Right, so we got 2 new girlies in. Oh, where did I put it? Right, I printed this one up yesterday, a couple of days ago, showed it off last night. You'll see it for the next couple of weeks. It's as simple as that. You'll see it for the next couple of weeks. Now, this picture here is Timothy, and Timothy is my latest release, okay, and that is a corner to corner pattern, and that is available over on the Ravelry shop. I'm sorry it won't be in tutorial form on the channel. It's too big. It's actually the same size as this one, and this is done in standard corner to corner. Timothy was done in mini. So that's the difference between a week 5 and week 4 for the Stitch a Week series. Oh, Brill Gloria, you like doing C2C. Oh, you're going to have so much fun on this channel. Right, so this is, of course, my Timothy, and that's the image. Now, this is actually my sample pattern. And the reason it's called a sample pattern is because the chart on the next page just says sample. It's to give you an idea of what your pattern could look like. So, of course, on the second page, we've got your graph that you would have. You've got your box colours and the key. And this is for a paid, this would be what your paid pattern would look like. Okay, we've got a section along the side here that gives you links that will take you through to the different stitches you would need to know to make up the pattern that you're working on. And this you'd be able to access if you're looking at it through your computer, phone or tablet or any other device that you'd play it on. If you print it out, this one's a bit null and void, but the rest of the pattern works well for you. Okay, because I've made the pattern, I can tell you how much yarn I've used and what style of yarn and what hook. But of course, because you might be in a different country, you may not be able to get hold of my yarn. So if that's the case, then you come over to this side here. You make up a little 10 by 10 block of your corner to corner stitch, whether it be the standard or the mini. Weigh your yarn, find out how much you've used, and then the maths is all written in this block here. And down here is enough room for you to write it all down and finish off the sums. Okay, your next page shows you over here how to, where we're starting from and how the rows are worked. Here is where, if you're in the US, the pattern's written in US terms. If you're in the UK, it's where you can transfer it over so that you know what stitch is. You've got it in a written form and chart form, and that's the increase page. Oop. And next page up is our decrease page, again in written and with a little chart there. And then the next page is your box count, row count, as I call it. Okay, so that shows you there. And your key there would be, if you were looking at row number 5, it's R3, which would be 3 red blocks, followed by 1 black block, which is BLK, and then followed by 1 red block, which is the R. And that is the same all the way along. And then the only difference is that you need to look out for is when you hit the word corner, which is normally highlighted, but in this case I didn't. That's highlighted so that when you look at it you go, oh, there's the corner, I've only got X amount of rows left to go. Okay, so then you have all that and it carries on and carries on. In some cases there will be a bit that says here adding a border. Now that just, for some of them it just tells you how to add a border round of 1 row so that you can work off it, or it will be more in depth with possible photographs and things like that to show you how to build up, say, the border that I've got here. Okay, So that would be in photo form, and I will be putting the photos at the back of the pattern so that you don't have to print them off if you don't want to. And then there's a bit here about distribution. So basically, keep the pattern to yourself, the written pattern to yourself, and yes, you can flog your blankets you make. Simple simples. So that's pretty much what the written pattern looks like. Now, when it comes to the winners only pattern, I am cutting down the amount of information that you need in there. Okay, you will get the sample page, your page with the chart on it, and then you get the pages with it written, the written instructions. So that is what you're getting within the free patterns, which are winner only, which you can get your hands on today. Right, now I'll take a breath and see what you girls have been saying. I thought you might have typed a bit more, girls. Here's a Dodo saying, yep, she is doing a C2C. Which one? Or is it a case of, I don't know yet, I've got to see what colours I've got? Because Dodo is one of our mega pattern collectors. I think she's now got all 8 of them, haven't you? Because there was 8 available. Now there is one that you win a week, one that you can win each month, or if you're lucky, you can win a Vault Pass, and the Vault Pass gives you access to any patterns that we've done previously through the winner only range. Beverly, welcome in, darling. She's saying good morning. It is 9:45 there, and she's missing me. Darn Newfoundland, Canada. Don't worry, darling. I've only been going for just under 20 minutes, if that. I've talked everybody's heads off. They've already turned the volume down. They've just left me sitting on the side chatting to myself. Right. So Beverly, what are you making today, darling? And Gloria, how many you like doing the C2Cs? Do you like doing the C2C with the graphs, or are we talking sort of stripes and or plain ones? Depends on what colours you have, and yes, you have the patterns. I thought you had all 8 of them. I really should put little stars. I've got a post-it note now that's attached to the computer. It's like the computer version of post-it notes. And what I need to do is actually put some sort of symbol by the side of your names so that I know who's got all of them and who's only got a few of them. But I'm struggling as it is, just keep hold of the names. There's only 4 of you that have won it so far this week. This week's one. Or this month's one, sorry. You really want to do tree in a flower pot. I must admit, I think tree in a flower pot is really, really cute. I've seen it made up as well, haven't we? We've had, what, 3 people make it up now? I think it's 3. Yeah, I think 3 have made up the tree in the flower pot, and that comes out really, really lovely. And then we've had some that have done May the 4th. And I think, hold on, then we've got May the 4th, tree in a flower pot. Nobody's come through with a webtastic or an iceberg yet. And nobody's come through with Accident Prone Elephant Spooktacular or a Stitch in Time yet either. But those last 3 are the Dismay ones, and they are massive. Oops. Oh no, Katrina's just dropped a crochet hook. Can you see it? Or have you got to get down on the floor and crawl underneath the chair? That's my normal thing. It goes down the side and falls onto the floor, and then I've got to get in there and get under. Discombobulate my shoulder and my hips just so I can pick up the hook. So I'm just looking down at my tablet for a second. I'm seeing, I don't think I done it again, didn't I? I didn't save the image. So wrong one. So I was actually going to show you what you could win today once we get going. Here we go. Here he is. This one is Bad Brother, and as I said yesterday, and I think I've already said it today, it will work really, really well alongside Iceberg. Okay, I'm sorry to the newbies who don't know who Iceberg is, but if you can work out who this character is, it's his little brother. Okay, so there we go. That's all you're getting. Do not say his actual character name in chat, gang. He is called Bad Brother. The reason I've done it like that is so that I can't get done for copyright. Is that cheeky? Yay, Katrina's back. She's just got back from finding the hook. How many did you find down the side of the sofa, girl? Mine's normally 3 or 4. All the same size. So Beverly, have you started drinking your coffee yet for this morning, or are you on your juices and things? Crikey, Beverly is mega busy at the moment. She says there is a rainstorm where she is at the moment. So she is doing her C2C Afghan for her sofa. It's in a Carlton Cake Valorous range. I haven't come across that one yet, but then I don't think we can get it over here in the UK, and if we could, it's flipping expensive, so I wouldn't bother. She's saying, and she's knitting those slipper socks, the vamps, they call them, and her crochet squares for a granny jacket. So you've got 3 projects on the go at the moment. Whoa, busy girl. So Katrina is saying he is cute. Sarah is in. She's saying a bit late and hello darling. You're fine, you made it in. Have you started this week's Stitch a Week yet, Sarah? I can't remember if you did it and sent it over to me already. I'm sort of trying to keep account because I know a couple of the girls will literally do it on the Tuesday evening once it's gone live. So I'm sort of scooting around trying to pull them off of here, there and everywhere. If you put it up on the Facebook group and have commented, I've got it. It's the simplest way of saying it. Katrina found 2 crochet hooks under the sofa. That just proves you last time you dropped a crochet hook was Monday evening. So Beverly's saying she would love to learn how to do the C2C graph. She hasn't tried it yet. Right, well, Beverly, we have got the Stitch a Week series, and in the Stitch a Week series, which is week 4 and week 5, I'm showing you how to do the C2C mini, and of course the C2C standard. Then if you scoot back a little bit further in my videos, it'd be best to pop it in the search engine. There is also a C2C's tips and tricks video, and that one shows you how to change your colours midway through a row, how to carry your yarn, how to do pretty much everything without me having to reel it off now to you. So they're really good ones to watch, and then if you're lucky, you'll win one of the patterns, and then you'll have your box counts and your row counts ready to go for the project. But out of the ones on my channel, if you wanted to do one straight off, get it right. This may look scary, but it isn't. Okay, this one, I love this pattern. For me, it's the easiest one. Okay, this is the cupcake blanket. Now there is a full tutorial on the channel that includes the border, and there is also a written pattern over on the Ravelry shop. Now the reason I pull this one up is because if you've never done the stitches before, you can start off with the plain square. Okay, so you just practice your corner to corner on the plain square until you've got it, because I'll tell you what, by the time you get past row 10, you've got it. Alright, so you work your way up on your plain squares, and then once you've built your confidence up with the stitch, you can then move on onto your little cupcake side. Okay, and then of course by the time you get finished on the first one, you're just going to jump straight over to that second one and do it. And then the only other bit is to then join them up and then add the border. And of course with the border, that's all on the tutorial as well, and it's a step by step, so it's really lovely and easy to do. It looks amazing once it's done, of course, but it is super duper simple because there isn't as many colour changes in them as there are in, say, the Marvellous range of Winneroni patterns. There's a lot of colour changes in some of them. So yeah, they're definitely the ones to go. That's definitely the one to go for if you've got a little girl that you can think of that would like it. Or if you don't want to do the cupcake border, you can just do the front and back, join them together and have it as a pillowcase, which I've got up the top there somewhere. Right, so Gloria was saying she's never done a graph. She wants to try one. She's made a plain corner to corners in the past. Yep, you will have so much fun with it. Once it sinks into your head and you know what you're doing and you understand it, you'll whiz through them. It's a bit like yeah, so it's definitely one for the list today. Right, so Beverly's saying she's just going for coffee now. She's had some tea. And Katrina is saying not the same size. Oh, the hooks that she'd lost down the side of the sofa weren't the same size. So that's from Monday's project and a different one on Tuesday because you couldn't find Monday's hook. That's what I'm like. That's why I've got so many on the go. And Dodo is saying she is the same, darling. She has just done plain ones. But as I said, there's that tips and tricks video there that will help you out. And if it's also in the drop down box of that, it's time stamped. So if there's a question you can think of, have a look down there and hopefully I've answered it. If I haven't answered it, stick the question in the comments section of that video and then I will answer it, and then at a later point we'll make a tips and tricks too videos so that we've got more reference ideas. Beverly is saying she's pulse knitting sweater cardigan in the blue ombre and a sewing hubby, and her hubby is there snoring away, bless her. Oh. Sarah's with the Stitch Week, she's done it and it is on the Facebook page, so in that case I've nicked it. Thank you, darling. That'll be up for show on Sunday's Whips, Bits and Chat. And Beverly's saying that she is going to have a look at learning the C2C graph, and thank you. Sarah's saying hi to Dodo. And Sarah is saying that she's got 6 projects in her whip caddy, 2 of which are mosaics. Oh, don't. Okay, just don't. Every time I sort this room a little bit, I find more whips. And I'm just like, I really need to finish them off. I've got a box down there that's got some in. I've got a big fat bag over there that's got some in, and I've already shown them on the channel. It's like this. There's another bag of whips. Yeah, so I've got to be quite ruthless now. I have just started another one, which is one of our Courtney at Fiberfox Studios mosaic crochets. I won the patterns from her last month. I won 20, and so I've got to do it. This is my challenge, because I've had a go, and I managed to get 4 rows in before I completely lost it. Threw it on the floor and then picked it up again, tied all the ends together, and went, I've got a headband. And that was about 1.5 years ago. It just wasn't sinking in. Whereas this time round, this is a couple of hours work. It's sunk in, so I now know what I'm doing. I'm just working along the video at the moment instead of working with the chart. But yeah, this is my challenge. This is going to be my relaxing thing to do, she says, in between trying to make different things for the channel. Because of course I've also got to carry on doing the videos for the Stitch a Week. Where did I put that box of patterns? Not patterns, sorry, squares. I had it out earlier, you see. Right, so Stitch a Week, I haven't got number 1 here because I'm working on that in the lounge, because I'm adding a border to that one because it's a bit smaller than the rest of the squares. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Right, Stitch 2 of Stitch a Week was the closed shell stitch, which was this one here. Now we're going to be adding a little bit of a border onto this one, so that because the plan is that from this point, from week 5 on, all of our squares will be the same size as our corner to corner standard square, which is week 5. Okay, so week 4, 3, 2 and 1 I will be adding borders to and showing you how to use either the same stitch or a similar stitch to create a border for your piece. But otherwise from week 5 on, we'll keep them the same size. And then you can just ask me in a live, can I use this stitch on a border? And I'll be like, well, yeah, I've had a go at it, or no, I haven't. Yeah, so that was week 2. Week 3 was the shells and chain. Oh, this one is so cute. Week 4 is our C2C mini. Week 5 was the C2C standard. Yes, they've all got their little tags back on them because I can never remember what they are. And I've got week 6 and 7 loaded up, ready to go. So now I've just got to make 8, 9, 10, 11 and all carry on going. I've got my list though, don't panic, I have my list. Alright, so Beverly is saying plain squares few, it's good. All the cupcakes, you might want to eat that. I'll tell you what, by the time you finished it, you won't want cupcakes. You'll be alright. Alright, so where have we gone? So Gloria is going to check out the videos on the C2C. Cool. The links of those, I hope, are in the description box down below. If they aren't, they will be by the time about an hour or so after the live goes up. I will have those on for you. Where have we gone? So Beverly's coming with laugh out loud. Oh, the box here is big, then there is stuff in it to finish to get it to, she wants to make some ear savers for masks. I had a go at that. I made one and then promptly lost it down the side of the sofa, so yeah, but then I barely go anywhere, so it wasn't really worth it. I'm used to wearing masks as well because I used to work in a care home, so I'm used to wearing them for a decent amount of time. So Sarah is saying that she probably got at least 10 whips in her she shed, well, her UFOs, and it's one of her this year's challenges for her is to get those completed. Gloria's saying, I hope so, would love to make C2C for the great grandkids. Yeah, we've got some beautiful designs, the girls will tell you. I'm not just trying to blow my own trumpet, so to speak, but we've got a unicorn. Right, there's the cupcake, a unicorn, a penguin, the moose, a koala, and of course, and now there is Timothy as well. Those are the C2C ones that are on the channel available to you, and also over on the Ravelry shop if you prefer to work through from a pattern and not have to sit there and write it all down as I say it on screen. Beverly is asking, have I done a crocheted hoodie cowl? No, darling, I haven't. I've been stuck, haven't I, really, for the last year, doing the corner to corner and a couple of other baby blankets and a couple of baby hats and cushions and things like that. I hadn't really ventured out into clothing as such. This is my first attempt at a clothing item. So yeah, I don't feel comfortable and confident enough to go down that route yet. I'm getting there. I have got a shawl on the go, but I ran out of yarn, so that's been sitting there. I had another shawl that I had a lot more yarn for. Yeah, I ran out. That's sitting in the whip box as well. But for me to finish those, I would have to, because another thing with me is I would rather work with decently priced yarn rather than overly priced yarn, and the yarn I chose when I started the projects was like £4.50, I suppose, for a ball, which not a ball but for a cake, which wasn't too badly priced because it was like 150 grams. But to get those now in the UK, they have to be imported in, which has meant now the price has jumped to more like £9 a cake, and I'm like, I wouldn't be willing to pay that when I need 2 or maybe 3 of them. So I'm not paying 30 quid out for a shawl, unless of course it was for like my parent, like my mum or something. But so yeah, so as far as finishing it up at the moment, it's a no, not until prices come down. Welcome in, Frank, and nice to see you, darling. Happy Chinese New Year. Turn of the year, Chinese New Year was yesterday, darling. Where we go? Sarah's saying hi to Crafty. Katrina is saying she needs to glue a stick. Hold on. I need glue to stick the hook to me, she guesses, so that she won't drop it again. There is that point. Well, I can't see why they don't press like a some sort of press stud hole at the end of your hook, so that you can run a chain through it and hang it around your neck like you would do with your glasses. I've actually made a little chain now, and I've got that, well, it's not a chain, well, it is a chain, it was a crochet chain. So I've made a crochet chain and tied that around my scissors. So I now have my scissors hanging on my over my neck. A bit dangerous, I know, but hey ho. I'm only sitting on the sofa. So they sit there, and so of course with the mosaic that I'm doing at the moment, it's just a case of finish the row and move the scissors, clip, put them back down again, off we go. Okay, so the bottom of the scissors do sit in the bra, but hey, what use is a bra other than to hold our crochet hooks and stitch markers on the straps and all that sort of stuff. My husband looks at me and goes, I thought it was bad enough. He thought it was bad enough when I used to use my bra to hold like my mobile phone and my car keys. now it's used for all my yarning supplies instead. Okay. Beverly is saying that there is a Daisy C2C that she's been wanting to make it, but she's not sure if it's on Pinterest. I don't know. I haven't searched for other C2C designs because I don't want to run the risk of sitting there making it up and then realising that it's popped out of my brain because I've seen it somewhere else. What did Dodo say? Oh, Dodo, sorry Dodo, I completely read your thingy wrong. Didn't read it. Sorry, I might have missed it. Dodo said that she has made a few hooded cows for Christmas, the Redictive. And Beverly's come back in with Dodo, that's awesome. She might want to nick your pattern off you, girl. Looks like you're you might be putting something up on YouTube yourself, babes. There we go, patterns. Dodo. And Franca was saying, of course, she forgot about Chinese New Year yesterday. It is a weird one, isn't it? Because of when it's located, it's not exactly the same time every year, is it? So, what mosaic am I doing? I am doing Courtney at Fibre Fox Studios pattern number 40. Yeah, that's all I can show you it at the moment. Oh, which end's the top? That's the start. Yeah, so that's the top. And I'm repeating the pattern 3 times over. So that's it at the moment. I'm up to row 9. I got to 9, girls, 9. But yeah, it was one of the ones that I'd won when I won her pattern set last month. I'd popped onto her shop and I saw it, and it was the first one that bounced out at me. So that is the first one I'm making. The second one I want to make is a shawl that she the Native, I think it's called the Native or something. I'll have to pop the links down below again. But that is the second one I want to do. So that was the pattern set that I said to her, no, I wasn't meant to ask for a pattern set, but is there any chance I could just have a pattern set? And she was like, yes, you can have just a pattern. You can have the pattern set and carry on choosing. So she was really, really sweet to me. So I've got that one, and well, those two, the pattern set and the pattern, and then some more as well that she fired over because she said that I can use those for my birthday live, the channel's birthday live in a couple of weeks' time. Was meant to be next week. I've had to postpone it till the week after because my daughter's got her parents' evening on the Tuesday, and I can't do it on the Wednesday. I'm sorry. I'm going to Kath's. I'm going to Kath's house. I'm going to have an alcoholic drink with her on her live. That way there's no buffer in between the two and me going, I've got to leg it now, girl, and her feeling funny because she's still sitting there chatting when normally she'd be in our chat harassing me. So Dodo said it is a pattern from another channel at Beverly. She okay, so is that a channel that I've mentioned before, darling? Because I'm not being horrible when it comes to mentioning channels in chat or and stuff like that, and patterns. Normally I only do the ones that I've done or I'm testing or I'm trying to do. so that I can say to you yay or nay to it. But what you girls can now do is, if you click on each other's photographs, you can go and befriend each other again. If you click on the photograph in chat, it should take you through and take you over to their page. Fingers crossed that works for you. I'm just trying to, because I don't know who. Yeah, go on, Dodo. Tell us who it is. Just don't share the link. There you go. I'll be nice. Frankie was saying Mosaic looks scary. To be honest, I've been saying that Mosaic looks scary, and I'd had a go at Mosaic before, and I ended up losing my with it. So, but this time round, I've cottoned on to how it's done. I'm following along with the tutorial on YouTube, and so of course I can rewind it and replay it as many times as I want until it sinks in, and finally it's sunk in. So that's what I would suggest for you, Frank, because your brain's a bit like mine, isn't it, when it comes to patterns and reading patterns and things. Oh, Beverly, you are so evil. She's got to go. She's going to make blueberry muffins. Have a great day. Where are ours? And Franca, which animal is it this year? It is the year of the tiger. So there you go. This is the latest pattern out as well, Franca. This one is only available over on Ravelry, though. It is not going to be a tutorial on the channel. And this is Timothy the Tiger. There you go. So it's the year of the tiger. I'm good at that, aren't I? Yeah. Dodo's saying take care, Beverly, and Dodo's come back with tiger. So he's done the full circuit for your brother and your dad and your brother, because they're both tigers, says Franca. I thought you did, Dodo. You're a superstar. Thank you, darling. Oh, it's one of Gigi's, is it? I haven't tested them, but I have seen them. They look really cute, actually. Yeah, Sarah is saying that she didn't do Mosaic for 4 years because she was scared of it, and she can't believe how easy it is. Yeah, well, as I said, I'm following Courtney at Fiberfox Studios, and the way she's got it explained, it's so simple. Just make sure you listen at the beginning. And because she sets it up, she goes double crochets at the front, single crochets, back loop only, and it's like that the whole way through. So it's and back loop only, single crochets, and front loop only, double crochets. Boink, done. And as soon as you remember that, you speed through it, and it's just a case of counting how many of each. Frankie was saying how cute, how much. The pattern is £4.50, darling, over on Ravelry. For that one, it is a big one. I pre-warn you, it is a big one. Okay, I can't show you mine at the moment. He's got his, I'm trying to work out the border for it, she says. And I've also got to swap out a couple of the blocks because I wasn't paying attention. Right back down here. Down here are the blocks I need to change. There ain't no way I'm stripping it back. But the one that I've done is the same. He's come out about the same size as the moose here. And I've done that in the corner to corner mini stitch, or at least the mini stitch as I know it, which is on Stitch a Week at the moment, and that is week number 4. Should know this, I've said it about 5 times already today. Yeah, Stitch week number 4. Okay, and of course if you want the link, it's in the description box down below, or it's also in the top of the chat. Right, shall we get on with what I planned to do earlier, which wasn't talk about crochet for 3 hours, because I've got to head out. What are we on, coming up for 2 o'clock, aren't we? I've got to head out in about 45 minutes because I've got the school run. Right, so last couple of lives I've been doing, I've been sharing with you traditional old UK sayings and phrases that are going out of fashion, or that people really just don't know. And that they are for a bit of fun. Okay, so we've had yesterday's ones. We had a curtain twitcher, we had knickers in a twist, and dead as a doornail, and a dog's dinner. So today's ones, we're going to start from number 19. I don't think we did it last night. We may have done. Right, but what all we're going to do is I'll pop it up, say it a few times. You have a guess at what you think the meaning is. If you want to be cheeky and use a Google or whatnot, go for it. Okay, so I'm going to pick out the main bit within it so that I know what it is, and whoever gets the closest gets to win today's winner only pattern, which of course is Bad Brother, and he is a Marvel pattern and he is 59 rows. Okay, so here we go. The first one up today is "It's chock-a-block." So the phrase is "It's chock-a-block." What do you think it is? Right, and here he is. This is what he looks like. There we go. So Frank is saying dead as a dodo. Yes, that one didn't make it to the list because it is still in a regular use, Franca, thankfully, because I know quite a few of us like that one, apart from Dodo, of course. You're like, how dare you, don't do that to me. Right, okay, but as I said, this one is a chock-a-block, so can you guess or work out what it means? If there's no interest, that is perfectly fine. If you've got no interest in the pattern, girls, just say I've got no interest in the pattern. I'm not going to feel offended. And it's just a case of we'll just guess for fun. Oh, did I do this one last night? Did I, Dodo? I didn't think I had. Okay then. Right. So we'll jump straight on to the next one. We'll skip it. Sorry, girls. I didn't think I'd hit 19. Brain's not caught up from last night, is it? Right, I nearly caused something then. Hold on, come on. Copy. There we go. Number 20. I nearly caused a storm in a teacup. 55% of people didn't use or know this one. That is a storm in a teacup. Any ideas, girls? And in response to chock-a-block, it means crammed full of people or things. It dates back to the mid-19th century, when originally in normal use it referred to having two blocks running close together. Okay, now I do remember it because of that last line. Strange. Right, okay, so the one we're going to go for this time is a storm in a teacup. And what do you think it is? You can have a couple of different goes at it. I'm not that evil. I'm not going to say just the one go. Any ideas? None of you seem to be responding to this one. Either that or my chat has gone doolally. Where am I? It's Tom. That's a very polite way of putting it, Sarah. Congratulations, darling. She said excitement about something trivial. Okay, so what they're saying... Oh, Dodo's done a copy by the looks of it. Right, so... Sorry, Dodo. The meaning I've got in front of me is a great outrage or excitement about a trivial matter. The basic statement of a tempest in a teapot and a storm in a teacup seems to have originated in 52 BC in the writing of Caligrio, in a phrase that translates as stirring up bellows. Oh, flipping hell. In a laddie. Yeah, proper strange. But I normally hear it when my mum or my grandmother used... Well, my nan it was actually. If I know one of her kids came in the room and they was kicking off about so-and-so's friends, so-and-so did X, Y, Z, and how bad was it, then my nan used to go, oh God, a storm in a bloody teacup. And off she went, and you'd be like, what? Oh, okay, Dodo. Thankfully, it's not me. I haven't set it up as a slow chat or anything like that. All I've set it up as is only channel only people that have subscribed to the channel can comment, because I've done it like that so that you know that if you can't be seen, that means that the bots have come along and knocked you off. So our winner on that one is our Sarah. So congratulations, darling. I need to write that down, don't I? Yeah. So are you claiming this one, babes? And to everybody that wins today, remember it's the same rules as ever. Doesn't matter if it's the first win or your 8th win. It's a case of pop a comment on here, on the video once it goes into replay. Pop over, find me off a new email stating you're a winner on today's live, and then I will give you a code that you shove into your chat, and once I see it, I'll fire you off your email with the pattern in it. Right, Sarah is saying roll it. I think Sarah's got enough with the 7 that she's already got. Right, okay, so our next one. Oh dear. Right, okay. So I've got to be really careful when I say this one. Now, this one seems to have, in the UK, it seems to have been more active over the last 6 to 8 months. And people have been using it in a derogatory way against the PM. Okay, so number 21 is could not organise a pee-up in a brewery. So there we go. So whereas nowadays it might have been changed a little bit to can't organise a pork pie in a calf. But yeah, no, the original one is couldn't organise a pee-up in a brewery. I've copied it exactly how it is there, just replace the asterisk with an I. Okay, that way I'm not getting in trouble for saying naughty words. No, we do not pass over patterns to other winner-only patterns to other people, Frankie. You know this. And in regards to when we say roll it on, we mean roll on the pattern to the next winner, as in for the next question, not the next person in line on the chat. Right, so it is couldn't organise a pee-up in a brewery. Silver has said a messy head. Sarah is saying good for nothing. Not quite there, gang, so keep going and let's see how we go. Silver is saying bad organisation. Ooh. Any more guesses, gang? Any more guesses? No, you've gone all quiet again. Either that or you're asking Google and trying to type it out quick. Oh, we've lost somebody. Right, okay, so being drunk, says Katrina. No, you took that a little bit literally there. Right, so let me see, who have we got? Messy head. Right, Silver, I think you've got the closest on this one. Okay. Right, so the meaning, and Dodo's come in with with it. Right, so completely unable to organise a simple task. It was first. Its first known use was in the Observer newspaper as recently as 1980s. In an article about the Ford car plant crisis on Merseyside, one worker was quoted as saying they couldn't run a pee-up in a brewery, meaning they couldn't manage the mechanics, let alone the men. If Henry Ford could see them at it, he'd have a fit, poor lad. Okay, so that was how it was written. Right, so of course we had Silver win that one and Silver won yesterday, so we are rolling it on. Aha, I have used this one on the channel. I have used this one. Let's see if you can remember it. Right, okay, so the next one is not enough room to swing a cat. So, not enough room to swing a cat. What do you think? Any ideas, gang? Oh, sorry about this. Because I've got that down there, it's being awkward. Oh, yep, she's okay. And that ping was our gorgeous Catherine. She's not here today because she's got an appointment that she's got to go to. So on the way there, she's catching up on the Stitch a Week squares. She's working backwards from square number 5. And, wow. She's chosen some really cool yarn, and I can't wait to show it to you on Sunday, on Sunday's Whips, Bits and Chat. But these squares she's firing them out to me as she's doing them, and the yarn is absolutely wicked, but I can't show you. So now she'll come in and she'll be like, oh, you're talking about me, my ears were itching. Right, so let's get rid of Facebook. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. That was rather rude. Right, so right, so Sarah's come in with a very cramped space. Dodo is saying cramped space. Jenny's saying little space. Franca says not enough space in a room. Katrina says a tight room. And Dodo says she usually say the room is so small if you could turn a key in the lock you break the windows. I haven't heard that one in ages. Right, okay, so not enough a room to swing a cat, meaning a very small place or space. So our first one up would be Sarah again. Congratulations, darling. She is collecting as the girls called it the other day, pudding hat points. Just meaning she got bragging rights, as our Sarah. Bragging rights. Okay. Right, now Sarah is heading off back to work. Back to work for me? Happy hooking. Bye, Sarah. Have an absolutely lovely afternoon, darling. Don't work too hard. Right. Okay, so congratulations there to our Sarah. Yeah, well, Sarah's. Right. And do you guys want another one, or are you thinking of thinking me chat about something else? And you girls can just type away to your heart's content and chat about whatever. Right, while I'm waiting for your answers on the postcard. Right, number 23 is Flogging a Dead Horse. With this chat being so slow, that's how I feel at the moment, like I'm flogging a dead horse. That worked out perfectly, didn't it? Okay. So let's see if you girls can work out what this one means. Everybody's saying bye to our Sarah at the moment. Or at least they were both. The chat caught up. Yes, Katrina's just saying, working too hard. Okay, and then we got a not letting something go, says our Jen. Any other guesses out there? Giving someone away for nothing, says Franca. Waste of time and energy, says Dodo. That's how I saw it, to be honest. Might surprise you, actually, how they've worded this one. Right, I think all of you that are in chat that are commenting have now commented. Right, so with this one, flogging a dead horse, they say the meaning is and to keep talking about a subject that's already been discussed or decided. And it comes from the mid-19th century, when the practice of beating horses to make them go faster was often viewed as acceptable. To beat a dead horse would be pointless, as it wouldn't be able to go anywhere. So that is a flogging a dead horse. So let me see. I think Jen's got the closest there, the first one up. So congratulations to Jen. Are you adding to your collection, darling, or am I rolling it on to the next question? Right, I don't know about you, but I'm bored. You lot seem to prefer these. Well, especially the girls that are here anyway. Woohoo, says Jen. Is your name going on the list, Jen? Is it going on the list? That's what I want to know. Yep, Jen's nabbing that pattern. So remember, Jen, I need you to pop a comment on this video when it goes into replay. Find me over that email. I'll give you a code. You shove it in your comment. And once I see it, I'll fire you over the pattern. Congratulations, darling. Right, okay, I don't know about you, but although these are funny, I think we need a bit more banter in with them. So let's go for our good old faithful orange and blue cards. Right, okay, let me think. Who am I going to pick on? Franca, pick orange or blue, darling. And Jen, as you won that last one, pick me a number between 1 and 10. Okay, just not number 5, because we've done them all on number 5 and you might remember them. So that is Franca, colour blue or orange. And Jen, 1 through to 10. Not number 5. So that's everybody congratulating Jen, and Jen saying thank you, everybody. So if you can hear the noise, it's just me shuffling these. Might as well mix them up, eh? And let's see which one I get stitched up with. Jen is saying number 6. We're just waiting for Franca to say either orange or blue. Okay. Top card it is. Okay. Oh. Jenny's saying this mind won't remember crap. Right, so let's see. Okay, Jen, as it appears Franca is on a go slow at the moment, darling. Can you pick either the colour orange or blue, and then we'll use a Franca's guess, Franca's choice for the next question up. Oh, Franca's in with blue, so your guess will be next one up, darling. Right, so blue is Julia Roberts movies. Can you name some Julia Roberts movies? And of course, we are looking for number 6. Oh, that's a bit different. Oh, that is so badly typed out. Sorry about that, gang. That is Julia Roberts Movies. And once we're done this one, I think we'll wind it up for today because I've got a couple of bits to do. And then, of course, I've got to go and get Madam from school. Right, so we've got the girls coming in with A Pretty Woman. That is number 1. Keep guessing, keep guessing. Wanda says Jen. Nope, that one's not on there. Let's see who's coming in with number 2. Sleeping with the Enemy is a number 9, Franca. Oh, Monster-in-Law, says Jen. Have we got that one? Nope, that's not on there. Please remember these cards are over 10 years old. Erin Brockovich says, where are we? Dodo. That is a number 2. Jenny's come in with August. That is not on there, darling. Mirror, Mirror. Not on there. Jen's doing pretty good at naming them. Eat, Play, Love. Eat, Play, Love or Pray, Love? And nope, that one's not on there. You're really picking at some random ones there, Jen. Or the less popular, I should say. Jen's gone and done it. The rest of you gave up, didn't you? Mona Lisa's smile. Congratulations, darling. You've gone and got it. Righty ho. So that is it for today. We'll roll these over for the next live next week, which will hopefully be hold on, what are we on? Next week I can't do Tuesday and I can't do Wednesday, so I will have to see in regards to the evening live which day it is. Keep an eye out on Whips, Bits and Chat. I'll have worked it out by then. I've got till Friday to work it out, so I'll work out by then when I'll be able to do the Friday evening live, and then of course I will put it up so that you guys can click on the remind me button, and then we'll roll it for next week. Alright, so thank you ever so much for joining me today. It's been lovely to have the little group with us again. I will see you all really soon, so if you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe.